All right, it looks like we are live. Welcome, guys, to the live stream today. We're just going to talk online arbitrage, how we can make money in 2023. So grab your drink, grab your cup of coffee, hopefully not at this time of night, and let's go ahead and get started. We got Christiana in the chat. Let's go. Good to see you. Thank you for your let's go. Always consistent. Yeah, so today we're just going to talk about online arbitrage, talk about Amazon, talk making money on Amazon. Any questions that you guys have, feel free to ask. Let's get some interaction going. Yeah, basically what I've been working on with Amazon FBA recently is I'm putting in place a system basically where I'm tracking every single item that I'm sending into Amazon, and I'm tracking in Inventory Lab basically what ROI it's sold for, how many units I've sold of the item, how many returns I've had of the item, and what my ROI is. That way, when I go to restock, if something silly happened with returns and I didn't end up making a good ROI on it, I know to correct that issue before I go and restock that, or just not restock it. Basically, I'm going for being able to make the best use of my money possible. So that is what I'm shooting for. Definitely think that already it's helped my ROI quite a bit. You'd be surprised when you send stuff in. Some items just get returned more than you would think that they would. And so being on top of those issues is going to be really helpful. Also, we got Christmas coming up, and that's going to be nice to just have a little bit of a break. Definitely can't be working all the time. But there's some cool things coming up in 2023 as well. One thing is Miami 2023. So basically, that's an event that the Roamer, All right, guys. Looks like we were having some technical difficulties with the camera. We got Josiah in the chat. Yo, good to see you. Yeah. So basically, as I was saying, in January, um, not a ton is going on, which is going to be nice as far as the holidays. But in February, Romer the Romer and Taylor Jones Official are putting on Miami 2023. Basically, it's just a conference of a bunch of Amazon sellers coming together and learning from each other and building relationships. I actually met Josiah there last year, met a bunch of other people there as well. So I think that's going to be a really good time, and really looking forward to that. And then also in 2023, as I see if I can get this webcam to keep working. In 2023, I am going to be going to Thailand, actually. So I grew up in Thailand for a couple years. My parents lived there. And so Christiana and I are going to go. We're going to visit there, kind of get to re-experience Thailand through adult eyes when I lived there for 2 years. So that's going to be really exciting. Also, I just really like tropical weather, especially in February. That's going to be really great. We got Joji in the chat. What's up? Good to see you. Yeah. Let's see. On top of that, I am really looking forward to in 2023. I think in 2022, there's good and there's bad to this mentality. The mentality is basically you need to spend more money to make more money. That's definitely true. But if you let your ROI slip and you're making mistakes in your purchases, you end up making less money than you think you're going to make. And if you can make less mistakes and send in higher ROI stuff, still with a good amount of money, I really think that that is a very good way to go, especially with the type of online arbitrage that I like to do. Kind of the type of online arbitrage that 𝗖cie and 𝗬𝗲𝗎 also like to do. A lot of our stuff is pretty high ROI if you are selective, which is pretty cool. So instead of like doing a smaller margin with a ton of money, could do a medium to higher margin with still a lot of money, but maybe a bit less money. I'm looking forward to trying that out. I think that's going to be really good. Yeah, that's going to be a good direction to go for 2023, I think. I'm curious in the chat. If you're in the chat, if you have any goals for 2023, go ahead and put them in the chat. 𝗬𝗲𝗎 is definitely ready for some textbook action. I think you basically have most of your books in stock, correct? And I'm assuming they're priced up to when textbook season is. That way they don't accidentally sell for too low before it's time. I prepared for textbook season by sending in like 30 TI calculators. But I mean, honestly, they're already selling. So I think the textbook bump was basically going to be for velocity for calculators. It wasn't really going to raise the price, but it definitely was going to make them sell faster. So that's why I was able to send in like 30 of them. Good afternoon, RW. Good to see you. Grocery King, coffee maker reseller king, eBay to Amazon. I'm loving the coffee maker idea that RW has. Really good idea, because I don't think a lot of people would really want to sit there and clean them, but definitely worth it if you're doing high ticket. You know what I mean? Like, would you get paid $120 to clean a coffee maker and send it to Amazon? I think so. Entrepreneur in 2023 goals 1 to 2 mil Amazon revenue, 100K Turo revenue, and pay no taxes. Let's go. Exactly. Just keep buying cars. Just let's say 1 to 2 mil in Amazon revenue is 1 to 300K profit. Just buy all the cars. Oh my gosh, that's such a good flip. Just sold one, made $95 on a $25 cost. Jeez. Wow. That is a nice flip. That is a nice flip indeed. Did you end up selling it as like used very good, I'm assuming? So there was a little cleaning involved, but you were able to get it in like a really good condition for the customer. And RW, have you noticed like a pretty good return rate? Like not a super high return rate for your coffee makers? I think the best way, if you're going to do eBay to Amazon, especially used items, I would definitely do your own prep. I did eBay to Amazon with a prep center for probably 6-7 months. And it was really good for efficiency wise. Like you just order the item and it's sent to the prep center and they deal with it. But if the prep center is like, I was sending them to a prep center that had $1 cost per unit, and so they did not care whatsoever. They kind of just put it in the box and shipped it out. Like, and some of these items were like several pound items that could break potentially. That kind of did need a little bit of bubble wrap and care. They could be dusty, for example. Coffee makers probably aren't dusty, but they probably are like slightly dirty. And so if you're doing your own prep and you can kind of like actually deal with some of those issues that a customer is going to see, you're going to have a much better return rate, because doing it to prep center was the return rate was very, very high. Let's just say it that way, like 30% plus return rate. So I was definitely still making money and ended up doing really well with it. But eventually it was just way too many returns for cash flow. Nice Patagonia, says Paul. Good to see ya. That's so funny. He may or may not be getting this Patagonia for Christmas. But yeah, I'm definitely going to enjoy it before that if I do give it to you for Christmas. But or maybe I'm getting you something else. Who knows? RW says, so far, 0 returns. How long have you been selling them for? I'll be super curious, like, once you've been selling them for, like, if you've been selling them for 2-3 months, I'm curious how the return rate is. But that's amazing. Paul says, haha, good color on you. It'll be a good color on you too. We got Tim saying, I'm new to your channel. Look forward to seeing more content as you continue to grow in your business. I appreciate you, Tim. Yeah, recently I put out a video where it's basically an Amazon challenge video where I'm going from 0 revenue to 20K a month on Amazon FBA, and I'm basically showing all the leads. So episode 1 is out right now on my channel, and episode 2 is coming out on Saturday. So I kind of go really in depth on all the things that I'm doing there, if you're interested in that. But yeah, it's good to have you, Tim. And Tim, I'm also curious, in your business, like, how are things going? What challenges are you facing? What things are going really well with your business? Be curious to know. RW selling used coffee makers. Yes, sir, he is. Laughmore is saying, how is the challenge of 0 to 20K a month going? And when is the next video coming? Yeah, so the challenge is going pretty well, actually. It's definitely strange starting absolutely from scratch again. I'm trying to do this in different categories that I don't spend so much time in, to kind of replicate what it's like for a beginner, but we're finding good stuff. Episode 2 is completely filmed and like ready to go. We found some really good stuff in that one. That one's coming out Saturday, and right now I'm working on episode 3. That's going to come out in a week from then. So really looking forward to that. Paul says, love ya. See you soon. Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for stopping by. RW says 6 months. All are tested and cleaned before shipped in. Let's go. Love that customer service. Like, if you do eBay to Amazon like that, you're really not going to have too many problems. The problem comes when you're just like, money, 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 and you just send everything into the prep center and you're just like, I don't care about what the customer thinks. Unfortunately, not proud to say that's how I was some of this year. You live and learn. It happens. Gotta just correct the mistakes and do better things in the future, which is what I'm doing. Josiah says, I sold 1 used 𝗬𝗎𝗪𝗀. It got returned. I was mad and threw it in the trash. Oh man. That's sad. Did you pay a ton for it or what? Yeah, I feel like coffee makers are a good item to sell, honestly, because I know I've looked at coffee makers and I've been like, I don't want to clean it. The customer's not going to like it. There's going to be a missing part. but like if you can actually make sure that the customer's happy, like you're going to do really well. We got Tim in the chat. I'm very interested in watching the 0 to 20K challenge. What a great idea. That's so cool. Dude, I appreciate that. I really like sat down and I was like, all right, like what I was trying to think of, like, what do people actually really want to watch? Because everyone loves free sourcing. Like I love sourcing. So I wanted to integrate that with a challenge type thing. I feel like there's other YouTube channels where I watch challenges and I just absolutely love those. So I feel like other people would like that type of stuff. We got Josiah saying it was a cheap thrift store flip, paid maybe 20, sold for like 150. Yeah. Yeah. Thrift stores have such good home and kitchenware. Like it's so slept on. Everyone thinks books. I need books. Everyone thinks like clothing from thrift stores. No, dude, go to electronics section and the home and kitchen section and you find some really good stuff. Unfortunately, you have to make sure that the stuff works because either it doesn't work or the customer's like, I thought I was getting a new one. But like they obviously purchased a used one. So return rate's going to be higher, but $20 into 150 is amazing. Hello, good to see you. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Joji says, sorry, Josiah, I was AFK for a second. Yes, I'm totally ready for this textbook season. January is my Christmas. Exactly. Got to serve the students, help them get educated. Joji's a teacher in his normal 9-to-5 job and on his side hustle where he helps them get their textbooks so that they can learn. We got Tim in the chat saying, I'm currently looking to leave my 9-to-5 job and focus on Amazon full time. I totally feel that. I just bought a year of tactical arbitrage and seller amp, and I'm in need of an overhaul on strategy. Like you're trying to like find a new strategy for how to source. Yeah, like seller amp is a really, really, really good tool. I've used a little bit of tactical arbitrage. But seller amp I use all the time. LOL. 10th grade chemistry. Oh yeah. Oh, what does he teach? Yeah. Teacher all around. And on his YouTube channel too. He has a YouTube channel if you guys are interested in selling books, online arbitrage. So Joji teaches 10th grade chemistry. I definitely got a decent grade in chemistry, but I did not learn very much. I basically put everything into short-term memory, and that made the second half of the class very difficult. Josiah says, and do you give your students extra credit in exchange for their books at the end of the year? Oh man, that is some game. I'm gonna call you Blackheart if that works for you, because I don't know how to read that, but welcome to the chat. Blackheart says, I'm confused as a beginner how to source using undated leads lists or use tactical arbitrage and 𝗖𝗶𝗶. Yeah, so just doing regular online arbitrage. One thing that you can do with the leads list, which is pretty cool, is I wouldn't necessarily purchase the items that are like right out there in the open, profitable right now, because everyone's got their eyes on them and the price is likely to go down. But sometimes looking at past leads, maybe 6 months old, 3 months old, maybe more like 4 months old, just slightly older leads that people have like sold out of and are no longer on the radar. Sometimes those turn into really good replens. So that's definitely something that you can do. Also, I don't know how many units you've sold on your Amazon account. Like if you're pretty experienced, if you're pretty new, if you're decently experienced, eBay to Amazon with like used books or DVDs is a really good option. You can basically just find high-priced items and find them for cheaper on eBay and build up a database of items like that. So, and I also don't know, are you doing like completely online arbitrage? Are you doing any retail arbitrage? If you've done retail arbitrage, trying to restock the items that you sold retail arbitrage with online arbitrage is sometimes a good strategy. Probably in relation to this, that's a great tip. Joji says, I try and teach them that they need to cash flow their college degree by flipping textbooks on Amazon. Exactly. That way you can actually come out of there without debt, right? Exactly. We got Tim in the chat. Yep, that is exactly right. I'm trying to figure out a way to be more consistent and finding more profitable inventory. And I'm really interested in replenishables. Yeah, replenishables are good. Kind of both strategies are good. If you're able to find deals of things that are on sale right now, that's good. That's just a good skill to have. But then oftentimes a lot of those do actually turn into replenishables. He's only doing online arbitrage. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you like leads lists, I would make that tweak to look at the older parts of the leads list instead of purchasing the stuff that's right now, because by the time you and the other 30 people purchase it, it could go down in price. Or you could just purchase like really shallowly. That way you can sell out quicker than everyone. Tim says, I renewed a year of tactical arbitrage for around $700, which I thought was pretty good. That's a good deal for tactical arbitrage. Yeah, TA is pretty expensive, but a lot of people have some really good results with TA. Got to run. See ya. Thanks for stopping by, RW. Thanks for being an inspiration with your coffee makers and your grocery. Thanks for stopping by. You mean selling used DVDs could be a good idea? Probably new DVDs. You could sell used as well. Just new is less of a hassle from what I've seen. And also the sales velocity, like how fast things sell for new items, is usually faster. So selling new DVDs would probably be faster than used DVDs. I tried finding good DVD deals, but couldn't. Yeah, the place that I would source DVDs, and basically the majority of what I do for my business model is I do what's called eBay to Amazon. So basically you just purchase stuff from eBay and you sell on Amazon. A lot of sellers on eBay, they get these items from a thrift store, garage sale, estate sale, and they're willing to sell their item cheaper. Plus eBay also just has less eyes than Amazon. So oftentimes there's some really good deals going from eBay to Amazon. But the reason I say, like, are you a bit more experienced, is because doing eBay to Amazon right off the bat, without at least like several hundred sales under your belt and that experience under your belt, is that you just want to have some experience before you do eBay to Amazon. Because you have to be sure that you're like doing things right, not getting claims, et cetera, et cetera. Tim says, would you ever think about doing a case study of a newbie or eager person who takes your advice and creates a profitable business? I think that would be a fun series to consider. Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. I'm just trying to think of through the logistics of that. I mean, Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Would just have to be sure that the person takes action, because it'd kind of be unfortunate if like we start a series and then the person's like, I want to sell crypto, you know. But that's a really good idea, Tim. I'll definitely keep that in mind. And do you do FBM or FBA for DVD reselling? I do FBA. I hardly do any FBM. Yeah, just about all FBA. Laugh More says Blackheart. I love how we got a little nickname for you. That's awesome. Take this title as your baseline item to find profitable DVD stores. And this is the title, Growing Pains, the series. Do you want me to pull it up real quick? Yeah, so I'll explain real quick what I think Laugh More means, and this is a good tip. I'll share my screen in a second. I'm going to pull up Growing Pains series DVD on Amazon. So here's a little tactic. Yeah, I probably would not suggest drop shipping from eBay to Amazon. That's just like people have done it and got away with it, and you just need to very, very much so know what you're doing to not get banned doing that. Because the problem with eBay to Amazon oftentimes is the customer service. And so, kind of like we were talking about with RW before, like he's spending time with his coffee makers, cleaning them, making sure that they're in good, presentable condition before actually sending them to Amazon. So, if you're drop shipping from eBay to Amazon, first of all, there's a lot of issues that could be when you purchase something. And then, if you're just going to go ahead and drop ship it, not even take a look at it, it's just there's gonna be less chance that the customer is going to be happy with your item. They'll probably end up sending you claims after a couple thousand orders. You'll probably make money in the short term, but it's pretty risky. Also, you don't get the benefit of the Amazon FBA Prime bump, which helps your item sell faster. So there's some real perks to actually selling the item yourself. But what Laughmore is talking about is here's a DVD called Growing Pains, the complete series, seasons 1 through 7, 22 DVD set. And so basically, you can use a high priced DVD like this to kind of take a look at the other sellers and kind of get a feel for, well, these sellers have a high priced DVD in their catalog. Maybe we should click into their storefront and see if we can find more DVDs to actually take a look at. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can click in here. Usually you can see the the items that they have in their store. And usually that would be right here. But for right now, we're actually sometimes you can't see their storefront for some reason. So instead of that, we would probably go ahead and look at like other similar items. So like all of these are high priced. You could probably do research on all of these and you could see, like for this item, for example, if you're selling it at $80, 40% is going to be around $41. So if you can get this at $41, you're going to end up making $17 and 42% ROI. So basically, you would research into this one, see if you can find it on eBay for a profitable price. If you can't right now, look later, and do that for all these high priced DVDs. It's going to be slightly tedious at the beginning. But once you have a database of a lot of items like this, preferably the more expensive items, you'll start to find some really good stuff. We got Joji in the chat saying, bro, you're growing so fast. Already had 160 more subs and you hit 1K not too long ago. To the moon, dude. I'm excited for it. I'm super thankful to all of you guys. You guys are the best. And I'm just super excited because like it seems like people are really enjoying that episode 1 series. It seems like people are really enjoying the stream. We have 14 people in here right now. Really appreciate the love, guys. Hopefully I'm helping out. Let me know if you guys do have more questions. If you guys kind of like Tim was, oh, and Charlie, I see your comment. Kind of like Tim, if you have ideas for videos that would be really cool or like better suggestions for how to do this series that I'm doing right now, I'd love to hear them. Like, please send me a message. Super helpful. We got Charlie in the chat. Charlie Venezuela or Valenzuela. I did not pronounce that right. Got Charlie saying, what's the fastest way to look up used products to sell on Amazon when you're at thrift stores? I just use my seller app. Unfortunately, well, so the thing is it's super nice if the item has the box, because then you just take your phone and you just scan the barcode. So you go in your seller app. So like in your seller app, for example, you'll see, let's see if I can focus it right here. So in this top section up here, it's not focusing at all. Anyways, top right of your screen, there's going to be a little camera. And then from there, you can just scan the barcode. So that's the easiest way if it has a barcode. If not, go in your seller app, hit add a product, and then just type in the model number and the brand. Either that or you can go teamwork mode, be on the cell phone with someone and have them type the items on their computer at home, but that's a little silly and over the top. Yeah, so good question here. This is why I would suggest doing this strategy with a bit more experience and also sales under your belt, because Amazon tends to be, they give more leeway and room for accounts that have sold more units on their account. So if you've sold 5,000 units without an issue and then you get one claim, like almost for sure nothing's going to happen to your account. But if you've sold 20 items and you get one claim, now you're in risky business. So that's why having some volume and units sold under your belt before you do eBay to Amazon is really important. So what if Amazon asks for an invoice? Can I give them the eBay invoice? They will almost for sure deny it. So that's the downside to eBay to Amazon that you need to be aware of. And that's why I'm trying to make sure that you actually have some sales under your belt before you go into that, because it's a riskier business model than online arbitrage for sure. We got Jose Hernandez. What's up, Seth? Good to see you. Welcome. We haven't seen the other Jose in the chat yet, but it's good to have you here. We got the dual Jose's. Laughmore says, I use the 𝗖𝗋 chart to look at all the sellers that were previously on the, oh, yeah. And their stores. I forgot about that. I can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah, so let's, good tip. Yeah, so here's what you would do. I forgot about that, of course. So you go, so first of all, you need to have 𝗖𝗋. So you have 𝗖𝗋. You make sure that the Chrome extension for 𝗖𝗋 is downloaded, and then that's going to pop up on all of your Amazon pages just like this. And once you have that, you'll click the Data tab, the Offers tab, wait for it to load, and then you'll hit Include Historical Offers. And then from here, you'll have a nice little list of all the people that have sold this item in the past. So this 𝗖ście guy, the CD seller, the 𝗖cie HEH FBA, the Just Launched, the Clickbox LLC, Real Life Productions, and any one of these people, you can just go ahead and click into their store and take a look at what's going on here. So we could just try this Uptown Discount guy. Click into his store, and most likely, because he's selling a DVD, we might have a nice little stack of DVDs that we could be on the lookout for to purchase, if it'll ever load. There we go. So we can click in here. We see the Uptown Discount storefront. Click in there. And so this guy happens to sell a bunch of different other items besides just DVDs. He does sell some DVDs, but he also sells some other items as well. Interesting. So, and then also if you have Seller Amp and you're looking up items other than DVDs too, cool feature here is you can just open it up and you can search for this on Google. We know that we would need to purchase this at around 35 to 40 bucks and kind of see, ooh, this could be it. Did we just find a banger right here and now? Wow. Is this it? Soft chews, canine joint support, 120. I think this looks slightly different. What is this max? I don't know what the difference is. I mean, if this price was right, that would be amazing, but is this different though? I mean, we have this Detra in the bottom right, small bites, soft chews. Oh, that's different. Yeah, I think this is slightly different. When it's too good to be true, take a second look because it's a slightly different product. Or you can buy it on eBay for 115, but that wasn't the point. I mean, you can basically go through all that seller's items and take a look. The chief says, hey, man, you're going to do a year end of sales and profit report? Be cool to see. Yeah, I could do that. You'll have to be okay with me not making 300K, though, because I definitely did make 300K. But yes, I'll definitely do a report. That could be a really cool. The thing is Inventory Lab takes like 7 days to upload. So that type of video will probably be coming out like mid-January. But definitely will do that. We got Jose saying, where's Cody? I thought you guys were streaming at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, that was the plan, but I think he's busy with, he's doing a lot of FBM right now, and it's basically the 𝗠liche Q4. So I think he was busy today. We got Tim saying, I agree that you want to make sure that the person was committed to taking consistent action. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that would be a great series. Then as a beginner, not a good idea to sell DVDs from eBay because I don't have an LLC to buy from wholesalers. Yeah, it's like retail arbitrage is probably the easiest way to get into Amazon. Online arbitrage you can also do as well. Like a couple really good ways to do this is to buy from really discounted sales on a site like Kohl's or a site like Walgreens. Like Walgreens, for example, their stuff will often go on like a 50% off, a 50% off sale. So like there's often some really good stuff. Sometimes there's stuff you can purchase profitably even at full price. But then when the 50% off comes, like that goes really, really well. I shipped 30 DVDs to Prep Center, all received broken. Oh gosh. Yeah. That really sucks. Yep. That's why I would not really want to sell DVDs, or not DVDs, CDs. CDs seem like they would just break. DVDs, it usually doesn't happen like that though, but yeah, I don't know. It happens sometimes. Tim says, my Amazon selling account was actually created in 2013, and I started by selling thrift finds and mostly books, but took a long break to work my 9-to-5 job, and now I'm ready to get serious on Amazon. Yeah, that's there's some big perks to that too, because oftentimes accounts from the past like that are a little bit stronger when it comes to account health stuff. You still really do need to be careful as well, as you're learning Amazon more seriously. But yeah, I mean, it gives you a lot more leeway, which is really cool. Well, guys, I think we've been on for around 40 minutes. Thank you guys so much for showing up and hanging out today. If you guys haven't already checked out episode 1 of the 0 to 20K in revenue challenge, I'm going to go ahead and put the link to that in the chat. Basically, I'm showing my entire process for how I would go from 0 to 20K in revenue on Amazon FBA, showing my thought process and what I'm doing with that. So if you haven't checked that out already, the link is right here in the chat. This video will also be up for replay if you need the link at the end. But thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you. And thank you guys for coming. And hope you guys have a good rest of the day and a Merry Christmas. Take care.